Good morning, guys. I hope you're all doing well today. It's actually Sunday, and I'm doing Proverbs 22 early, just making the tape before I send it. I'll send this on Monday. But wanted to go over Proverbs 22. I just spent a few hours this morning just alone with the Lord, reading through the Gospel of Mark as we've been going through it at church, and just really, just really seeking God. And I heard something last night that caused a pause to me, and I'm going to do a Facebook tape about it. But I've been very concerned with all the upheaval and everything going on in our world today, the politics, the riots, the different things going on. I've been involved on Facebook in discussions about, systemic racism and all this stuff. And I was thinking a lot about, we're going to be meeting for the first time tonight at 7 o'clock at the church, and thinking about these last 4 months. What have we been up to? What has God been doing in us? And lo and behold, I decided to take a look at Proverbs 22, and it just lit up as God did. Two sections of the Proverbs really stood out to me. Verses 1 through 5 and 17 through 21. First in verse 1 through 5, a good name is to be more desired than great riches. Favor is better than silver and gold. The rich and the poor have a common bond. The Lord is the maker of them all. The prudent sees the evil and hides himself, but the knave go on and are punished for it. The reward of humility and the fear of the Lord are riches, honor, and life. Thorns and snares are in the way of the perverse. He who guards himself will be far from them. What is a good name? How do you want to be known? There's one thing common, and that is God has made us all, whether you're rich or poor. We are all subjected to God. And the prudent man, he sees the evil and hides himself. The man who has been studying the Word like we've been doing these last 4 months. We need to see the evil. We need to hide ourselves. And I think anything evil would be anything that would take us away from walking in the true presence of the Lord. And the prudent man sees that and hides himself. But the naive, they go on and they're punished for it. If you participate in things, you take action, there are consequences for all actions, no matter what they are. Good, bad, indifferent, there's actions. There's even consequences for inaction at times. So we need to understand that we haven't just been reading the Word to be good stewards and good, faithful little Christians. We've been reading the Word to be faithful and humble before God. And we've got to be taking what we've been reading and applying it to ourselves. And I really like this idea. There is a reward for the humility and the fear of the Lord, both in our lives today and the life to come. But we need to guard ourselves. I ask you to guard me. If you think there's something I'm involved in that may not be the best, please speak up. We've been getting together long enough. You guys know me. I'm open to being approached about things. I'd be happy to be approached about things. And I hope that you would be too, because I'm going to do that. Now, the second part of Proverbs 22 that really caught my attention is verses 17 through 21. It says, "Incline your ear and hear the words of the wise, and apply your mind to my knowledge, for it will be pleasant if you keep them within you, that they may be ready on your lips, so that your trust may be in the Lord. I have taught you today, even you. Have I not written to you excellent things of counsels and knowledge, to make you know the certainty of the words of truth, that you may correctly answer to him who sent you?" We need to incline our ear to the Word of God, and we are to apply our minds. It needs to be in our thoughts. It will be pleasant within us because we will be in a place of peace. And it needs to be ready on our lips. Why? Because other people need this. My goodness, look at our world today. Do we not agree that they need the truth of the gospel of Jesus Christ more than ever here in the United States? That your trust may be in the Lord. Trust God. Learn these things. Apply them. Be ready. And hey, God's going to give you the opportunity to put those things out there. And do you know the certainty of the words of truth that he's given us? These things in Proverbs, the things to avoid, the things to be a part of, do we understand and know the certainty of that truth? In Luke chapter 1, verses 3 through 4, I'm going to turn to that because it's referenced in this last section. Sorry about that, guys. But in Luke chapter 1, verses 3 through 4 says this: "It seemed fitting for me as well, having investigated everything carefully." Okay? Having investigated everything carefully from the beginning, to write it out for you in consecutive order, most excellent Theophilus, so that you might know the exact truth about the things you have been taught. Do we know the exact truth in the things that God has been teaching us these last 3-4 months as we've gone through the different books? Are these things changing our lives? Are these things causing us to be a little different than we were before? I know for me, I can say there are changes afoot. I'm changing the way I look at the Word and the value I put in getting in the Word every day. I'm struggling to have a Sabbath this morning. I had a few hours of Sabbath. Now I'm going to get to take my nephew or my cousin out kayaking because my wife wants me to. I ask that you pray for me. I'm not feeling that well today. Been kind of just a little under the weather with a headache and some other things going on. But I get to serve and bless someone who doesn't know the Lord. So pray for that. That we be examples. You'll get this Monday morning. I hope you're all well. I am looking so forward to being with you tonight. And we'll be in touch. And tomorrow will be Proverbs 23.